All right, guys. So this is the project that we started for today. This house has about 37, 38 piers. This front right corner is the corner that's dropped the lowest. So throughout the process, we'll come back and we'll show you when they level that area as well. But walk with me. I want to show you some of the symptoms these houses have when we come out to do the initial foundation estimate. As you can see here, like I said, that corner's dropped about 3 inches. So this brick is already separating. Most of the weight is falling forward, and this is the weakest area. So this is where the crack started. If you follow me, a good way to tell that your house is moving before it gets to that point is if you keep an eye on your expansion joints like this here, you can see when they start to separate. Once they start to get that, where you can see the caulking is cracking, then you know that the house is moving. It'd be a good idea to give us a call. The estimates are free for homeowners, so it doesn't cost you anything for us to come out and give you an assessment of your house as far as the foundation goes. We're going to walk around the front so I can show you some of the work that's already been started. Piers installed here where you see the blue tape. That's where we're going to install some piers here, and this is how we're going to level the front of this garage. If you follow me over here, you can see the guys already got started. They already have a few of the piers that are going to go installed marked with this blue tape, and this is what the hole looks like. As you can see, they uncover any sprinkler systems or any plumbing you may have running around your house. We try to uncover it so that way the guys don't hit it on accident. We also do plumbing so we can repair any issue that happens throughout the project, but we try to avoid it if we can. As you can see over here, they already got the 8 by 8 by 12 blocks. They got the concrete cylinders ready set up to start pressing the piers in. And if you follow me, you can see I can fit my fingers in this expansion joint. So once we level the house, this expansion joint will close back up to where it's supposed to be. And this is the system that we use to install the cylinders. As you can see, it has a gauge on it. Once that gauge gets between 10 and 13,000 pounds of pressure, we know the cylinders are deep enough so that we can stop pushing the cylinders in and set up the block. Once we get all the piers set up, then the leveling commences, and we'll try to take a video during that interaction. I wanted to show you a few of the symptoms. As you can see on this corner, the 1x4 from that fascia is coming forward because the garage is dropping forward. And then if you look at this window on the top left, you can see the crack from where this section of the house is starting to drop towards that area. So it's pulling away from the house, so it cracked the brick up. All right, guys. So this is a project we did last week. I wanted to give the soil a little time to compact so you can kind of have an idea of over time how much soil compacts. We did get a little bit of rain, so that helps out. Also, this house had some piers installed in front of the garage, and this is what the patches look like when they're done. The guys did a good job of smoothing everything out. The only really real difference is the color of the concrete because it's new concrete versus old concrete. Um, and over here, let me show you. If you remember from the initial video that we made at this house, all this rock was picked up and pushed out of the way so that it didn't get mixed in with the dirt, and the homeowner loses some of the aesthetic that they had going on here. So the guys put all the rock back, all the concrete pads, the walking concrete pads. And then let's walk around to the other side so I can show you. This is a small section of what it looks like. This will take between 4 to 6 months to compact, and eventually it'll be even with the ground. If we don't leave it up high, when it compacts, you'll have a dip. When it rains, the water will collect there, and it'll end up moving the foundation again because it's too much water at once. If you come this way, we can show you the guys put all the vegetation back. As you can see, the dirt is a little bit higher here. This is the original level, and then here is where we left it. So it's about 6 inches, 6, 7 inches of dirt. But once all of that compacts, it'll be even with this level. Also, we made sure and leave all the sprinklers uncovered so that when they fire up, there's no obstruction and they work properly. You can see we did a little bit of work here in the front. And then we did the same thing on this side. So this dirt will compact, and the guys put all the stone back over here. So everything is back to normal, with the exception of the dirt being a little bit higher. But like I said, that'll take 4 to 6 months to fully compact. And there is no other way to do that other than to leave it built up high so it compacts on its own. Show you also the expansion joint. If I'm not mistaken, we have it in the first video where it was open. This is an expansion joint. This is designed so if the house falls, if the house moves down from the back, or if it moves down from the front, this expansion joint will open up to avoid breaking the brick jagged to where you need a mason to come out and redo your brick. And as you can see, it fully closed back up once we leveled the house. It is completely closed up and sealed up. So this house shouldn't have any more issues. In the front section, we didn't touch the back. We did about from here forward on both sides. And it does have some interior piers. Unfortunately, the homeowner is not here to let us in, so I can show you what those look like. But I do want to show you the expansion joint on the other side as well. This home has dropped quite a bit in this corner, and the expansion joint is further back. So this is what happens when the expansion joint doesn't open up, or the house drops too much for even the expansion joint can't cover how much the house has dropped. But as you can see, the brick is touching again. So this closed back up. So the only thing to do now is to call a mason, so he can come and do this brickwork, and then the house should be fine after that. It should not move again. And then back here, you have this section here. As you can see, that closed back up too. That had almost a 3/4 inch gap in there. It's probably closer to a 1/4 of an inch now. And it was sealed back up. So this property should be fine for a good while. Unless the back starts to move, we should not have to return to this property. Guys, another thing I wanted to show you, like I mentioned before, this was the lowest corner in this house. And this dropped so much that it broke the brick because the expansion joint is further back, so it couldn't activate the expansion joint so that the brick wouldn't break. And also another sign is this fascia board right here, this 1x4. You can see how much the house was leaning forward enough to unnail that board. And now that we've leveled it, you can see the gap in the opposite direction because the house is back where it should be. So along with the brick, they're going to need to replace this fascia board. But outside of that, everything is looking real good on this property. All right, guys, and as always, we do provide free foundation, concrete, and plumbing estimates for homeowners. If you want to schedule your estimate or if you have any questions, feel free to call 832-716-3391. Also, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments in the videos, and I'll try to answer your questions as best as I can. Thank you for watching.